Hi, this is Kaushik Ranchod from the Ranchod Law Group. Welcome to our immigration show. Today, what we're talking about is the J-1 Exceptional Hardship Waiver. You'll want to stay tuned to make sure that you learn about some of the case studies that we did, how we got the J-1 Exceptional Hardship Waiver approved. Here, we're going to be talking about hardship to children, but these hardships you'll want to learn about even if you are married and have a spouse. And we'll also be talking about two different countries. Here we're going to be talking about hardship to someone who's from Egypt and someone who's from South Asia. But again, these hardships can be universal depending upon where you're from. So let's dive into it. All right, hardship, exceptional J-1 hardship. So if you came here on a J-1 visa, you may be subject to the 2-year home residency requirement where you have to go back for 2 years. Now, not everyone who comes in on the J-1 is subject to the 2-year home residency requirement. If you are subjected, then you will need a waiver. So there's a variety of different types of waivers. There's the no objection waiver. There's an interested government agency waiver. There's the exceptional hardship waiver. Many physicians also, as part of the interested government agencies, apply for the Conrad 30 waiver. Now, this may be a good opportunity for you if you don't want to apply for a no objection waiver because your country is not willing to issue a no objection statement, or you don't qualify, such as being a physician, for the no objection waiver. Or you may not want to apply for the Conrad 30 waiver because you may not want to work in an underserved area for 3 years. So this is where you want to look at the J-1 exceptional hardship waiver. So great, okay. You think you qualify for the J-1 exceptional hardship waiver, or you're interested in it, but how do you qualify? Let's look at the basic requirements. First of all, the basic requirement is that you have a U.S. citizen spouse, U.S. citizen child, or a permanent resident child, permanent resident spouse. Now, this is different than an I-601A waiver where you would have U.S. citizen parent or lawful permanent resident parent as a qualifying relative. So that's something that's interesting to note. Maybe a little geeky for the immigration lawyer, but something that is also can be practical for you too. Now, let's dive into how we got this case approved, or these cases approved. What hardships did we argue? So first, I'm going to talk about the client who was from Egypt. So in this situation, they have a U.S. citizen child. And one of the hardship arguments that we were able to make were that the child had respiratory conditions. So the child, since they had respiratory infections, could be adversely affected if they had to go back to Egypt. Also, they had abnormal newborn screening as well. So because of the fact that if their child had to relocate to Egypt, the child would be adversely affected because Egypt didn't have adequate medical coverage, whereas they had adequate, good coverage here in the United States. So that would be a form of hardship. And in this situation, the child, of course, would be forced to relocate to Egypt because if the parents went back to Egypt, the child would have to also go back to Egypt as well. So the child doesn't have the opportunity to stay in the United States because the child's completely dependent upon the parents and what they do. So what's important to note here with J-1 exceptional hardship waivers, you have to prove hardship if you have to go back to the home country and if you're separated. But in this situation, well, the children are dependent or is dependent upon what the parents do. And we also successfully argued that this would affect the developmental and mental health as the child continues to grow. And by going back to Egypt, that the developmental and mental health would be affected negatively and cause exceptional hardship. Other conditions that we also argued was the fact that Egypt is inherently a dangerous country to live in, especially if you're a U.S. citizen. So we made that argument as well. And then the job prospects for the parent as well would be affected as well because the job prospects in Egypt were very poor as compared to what they are in the United States. So by combining all of these arguments, we were able to make an exceptional hardship waiver argument and get the case approved. So we are so happy that this family was able to continue to stay in the United States, not have their life adversely affected and face exceptional hardship. This is why we do what we do, because we love this type of work, helping people like you. And I want to continue to share how we got our next case approved. This was from client who's from Southeast Asia. Here the spouse was on a J2 visa, the principal was on a J1, and the child was in elementary school. Here we argued a number of different economic and political situations. There's political turbulence and high inflation in the country. So if the family had to go back to the country, this would definitely cause exceptional hardship to the child. And moreover, there was a critical shortage of daily necessities, just day-to-day living. So that was another form of hardship. There's also a humanitarian crisis occurring and lack of access to medical necessities and medicines, which also contributed to the exceptional hardship arguments as well. There's also an absence of clean water and food. All of these factors combined, we were able to make an exceptional hardship waiver argument. There's also part of this, part of all of these issues had to also do with the lack of infrastructure in the country as well. So by combining all these arguments, we were able to stack them one after the other. One argument in and of itself, would not be exceptional hardship. By combining them, we're able to make the argument of exceptional hardship. So the factors of child safety, health, education, development, all of these factors, when combined, created exceptional hardship. Now, of course, we also had to document all of this, not just make the arguments, but also document all of this with evidence supporting these factors of exceptional hardship. And we were able to get the case approved. So I invite you to contact our office and make sure you smash this like button if you like this video. Post your comments below. And I invite you to contact our office to see if you qualify, because every case is different. Some cases qualify, some don't. So give us a call and we can help educate you and discuss your case in detail, or post your comment below if you don't want to do that. Thank you. Thanks for being amazing and contributing to your family by just educating yourself, bettering yourself, and have an amazing day.